Check the description for the following discount codes.
Yep, you read the title right. More bad news for potential buyers of WRC 23 from EA Sports. Not only do we not have triple monitor support coming anytime verified or guaranteed, VR is of course still apparently coming as well. Again, we don't know when. I had someone email me the other day, apologies I've forgotten the chap's name, to say, Carl, did you know that there's no UDP telemetry output? UDP telemetry output is what we use to run motion systems. It's what we use to run SimHub, which then in turn can run things like tactile transducers, shaker motors, LCD screens, digital dashes, wind simulation equipment, shift lights, RPM gauges, all the fun accessories that we like to run as sim racers that enhance our racing experience use the UDP telemetry stream out of Dirt Rally 2, for example, which has all of these things. I'll put some footage up throughout this video of the things that I'm talking about so you can see how I used to use them and how they add to the overall experience, particularly so for those of us with triple screens where we can't have a proper cockpit view. The best we can often do is use, and I'll put some footage up of this, a view whereby just the bonnet of the car is shown on our center screen. In fact, this doesn't just apply to triple users, this applies to single screen users as well, because Dirt Rally 2 you couldn't adjust the FOV properly to be able to see your dials and gauges in the cockpit. You could adjust it so you could see them, but it would not be scaled correctly for the distance you were sat from your display or the size of your display. So you could choose to do it, it's just everything would be the wrong size relative to where you're seated in your cockpit. I suppose it's a lesser of two evils. Do you want to have just a bonnet view, or do you want to have your gauges displayed but it all looked way too small and too far in the distance? But the alternative was use a bonnet view, or even the bumper view I used to use, because it got away from the fact that the bonnet wasn't the right scale either, and then raise the seat up kind of as high as you could in that view, and then use a separate, I used an old tablet, Android tablet, running Sim Dashboard, I think it was, or it might be Sim Dash, they're two different applications. And that was great. I had all my RPM, my speed, the gear I was in, my stage times and everything all on a display in front of me. I had my tactile transducers set up. I used to have a seat mover that I used prior to my motion system. In fact, I sold the seat mover because, to be honest, they're a bit pony and I don't really like them. Each to their own, of course. Don't shout at me if you like yours. But yeah, we now can't have any of that in WRC 2023, so I've cancelled my pre-order because I'm not going to play it. If I can't, triple screens, all right, maybe it's coming further down the line. I would have still kept the pre-order, knowing that I can use my motion system, tactile transducers, if I still had them. I use a motion system in place of that. My wind simulation isn't the correct phrase, it doesn't simulate wind. It is wind. But what it is another form of physical feedback about what your car is doing. The speed at which you're traveling, because the faster you go, the greater the airflow, and vice versa when you slow down. And then it will curve left to right as you're cornering as well. It's not real. It's nothing like the wind you would feel in a real car or anything like that, but it's just another form of physical feedback, and it keeps you a little bit cooler as well. So it's nice to have. But things like the LCD dashes, whether it be a custom one running off an Arduino or an Android tablet, or just shift lights or an RPM gauge. As sim racers, we have all sorts of stuff attached to our rigs, and it's nice to be able to use those, and now we can't. So for me, this game has gone from being an excellent one, looking forward to it, going to have my triple screens, going to have my motion, I'm going to be feeling those lumps and bumps and those big jumps, I'm going to be sliding out because I've got traction loss, to I may as well sit on the sofa downstairs with an Xbox controller. And also, from what a couple of my other sim racing YouTube friends tell me that are yet to actually produce any content about this game, but that do have it, they're saying it's a step backwards from Dirt Rally 2.0. And some of the videos I've watched from other YouTubers, they are being very delicate with their choice of words about how this game drives and handles. Very delicate. Almost to the point where perhaps they're under NDA and aren't allowed to give review type feedback because it isn't actually out yet. I'm seeing lots of, and I won't tell you anymore, I won't spoil it for you, I'll let you find out for yourselves, blah, 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 stuff like this. So I think it's probably NDA, you're not allowed to give a review, and so opinions and experiences that will come across review like are probably not allowed. But speaking personally to people, I'm hearing not the best feedback. And lots of people in the comments are saying, Carl, can you also speak to EA and tell them not to rotate the car on its axis? So, and that, I mean, that's from people that are watching videos, I guess, and kind of analysing what the gameplay and handling looks like from a video. Not the most accurate things to do, because you know what it feels. I'm doing that with the controller. You don't know what it feels like. Ain't going to feel like anything with a controller, Carl. But you know what next? Are they going to cancel steering wheel support? You know, who knows? But anyway, very disappointing. Again, my pre-order is cancelled. I won't be buying it now until triple screen support arrives and a UDP telemetry output, because there's just no point me playing it. It's going to be boring, you know, with no motion, no vibration, no tactiles, no wind, no triple screen support. It's like, it's just sit downstairs, grab an Xbox controller, Carl. I don't really see the point. I know some of you are probably looking forward to my review of the handling to let you know how it drives, but I just don't think, I mean, maybe if enough people would like me to, then I'll still get a copy, but I just don't really see the point. I'd rather wait until further down the line if it's going to have UDP telemetry output. They say it's going to be coming post-release, just what they say, potentially for triples and for VR, but that could be 6 months, it could be a year, who knows. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now. I've cancelled it. I think I've put a screenshot up showing you that. If not, I'll do it now. And that's where I am. So overall, I've gone from being up here with excitement to being down here to the point where I'm like, no, I'm not even buying the game anymore. It doesn't look like it's going to be worth playing. All the things that make the immersive rally experience are now gone. So anyway, that's what it is. As always, thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.